People, what is good, yo? I was very hesitant to decide what I wanted to talk about right off the bat, but the thing that comes to my mind first is a peto and just how ridiculously intelligent the plan is to pretty much put these two very powerful image users against each other, and just what it's gonna mean in the future for like whatever pops off, because not only are these guys showing us um, everything that's possible kind of with the manipulation tactics, but not only that, everything that kind of goes into this feels more or less very heavily planned, so it's not like they're ever going in here without any intelligent ways to combat against the person that they want to. So it's kind of becoming this thing of now who can even, question or, make sense of what's going on without completely getting crushed in the process, seeing how they're pretty smart to be able to put other memories that don't even exist in people's heads, thus making it uh, kind of hard to refute the information that's given. So it's now a play on, what's real and fake, and if you can actually tell what's real and fake. So not a lot of people are going to question stuff when they can actually see it, which is exactly the role he makes one of them play. So it's easier to, manipulate and change everything that he's seeing as a whole. So now all of a sudden, instead of having a good idea of what to do or who's at fault, you're actually seeing with your eyes who you think should be at fault, regardless if it's true or not. So those are the types of things that this show really grinds hard to show. Not only did it show me just how ridiculously intelligent some of them can be and how far ahead they can plan, just within the short amount of time they had previous with the episode we saw them talking and, he's trying to get his pet back, but at the same time, he takes all the attention off of his pet and getting them and puts it more towards just the simple fact of, tricking him and getting him to do something that he wants him to do in general. So I don't know. I'm pretty interested in where all this is gonna go as a whole. Wow, I was still stunned. Yum. Um, but at the end of the day, it's hard to just, take in everything that's going on and just accept that that's how everything's gonna turn out at the end of the day. Because as of now, I still believe that there's a chance for memories to truly leak out the way they're supposed to. That hopefully, somehow, some way, they can find a way to actually see through, well, one of them can see through this crap and actually, do something about it instead of just being a pet for their whole entire life, because that's where it's seemingly going at this point. Um, Not only did we see just how ridiculously powerful Melly's image is with her using, uh, you know, they're using the baby against them. It's kind of obvious now why it's so important to have them because of what we're seeing here. She's capable of not only sending out her image and then someone picking up on it, she then uh, grabs somebody who's not even like in the vicinity and practically brings him into a place he does not want to be. And you see how many people are there too as well, so it goes to show you that regardless of how much is happening to her, she can bring that many people in without really an issue to herself. Like, she doesn't fall apart. There's no real indicator that it's harming her and stuff like that. So these are the types of things that are interesting to me, only because we had no idea, sometimes what the heck is even possible in this show. And I feel like this is a final like glimpse at what is the truly like significant thing that they've been working towards, uh, aka making a perfect baby and all this stuff. Why are they important? And we see it here, clear as day, because not only can she bring in, people that seemingly don't have as control of images as everybody else, but after they're in, there's no like actual, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, because it will affect. Like they're free to do pretty much whatever they want, as long as she keeps looking at the butterfly, which as a whole, it just kind of tells you how whatchamacallit she is, um, how um, unguarded. They taught us how unguarded and how easily she's manipulated. And for some reason, once she's manipulated and people can actually get in and out and see what they want to see, it, like, I don't know, it brings to the forefront just how ridiculous this ability is already. And to think that they could have people that have even more control over it is just terrifying. The babies are clearly the one things that don't need locks, because with having a free window to peek in and be able to leave whenever they want, it just goes to put the point in our face that as soon as they're done with these people who have locks, who have ways to, close off and not be able to be broken into, they're the useless ones. They're the pebbles, as you will, that was talked about, because they don't hold any significant, they don't hold any significant like help to them because they can't control them. So with pet being the way it is, I only see things just getting more and more aggressively crazy, and because of that, I look very much forward to just seeing everything pop off the way it is. Why did I get this weapon instead of his dual wields? Um, but yeah, I think Pet has become one of the most just ridiculously sketchy shows that I've been watching, and knowing that everything is kind of coming to a standstill in the grand scheme of just how things are turning out and how things are probably going to continue to turn out, we're going to be in a position where we see a lot of nuance and a lot of people kind of just in positions where they can't necessarily break out because of all of the steps taken to get to these points in time. So I say that to say I'm very much looking forward to the end of all this, because now that we see how easy it is to even manipulate someone that has images, that has the control to, change and see different things, it's clear as day that, this is not exactly how things were supposed to turn out. And because of that, we'll probably continue to see just what people, expect of these overall people. In the case of the pets, the overall, narrative. If I say do something, like the whole situation with one of them not agreeing to do something, making everything awkward. That just changed like every single thing that was popping off in the grand scheme. So because of that, it just leads us to know how much ridiculous stuff could pop off when everybody figures out who everybody is and what everybody's in for, I guess you can say. So, with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I'm definitely looking forward to hearing and seeing what people are feeling about this week's episode, because at the end of the day, I still feel like we're only getting a glimpse at wow, he just died. I leave him alone for 2 seconds. We're only getting a tiny little glimpse at what's happening in Pet, and because it's a glimpse, we'll probably never actually understand fully what everybody's plan. We have someone that wants to get rid of all the old pieces. We have someone who wants to make, oh, that same person wants to get rid of all the old. He wants to make a new that's so perfect that I guess would never go against them. So whatever the heck that is, he's working for it. And whatever they actually come out getting at the end of the day will be interesting. So with all that being said, everybody, I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you sooner than later. So with all that being said, let me know in the comments how you're feeling about Pet, if it's something that is blowing your mind, something that's just ridiculously crazy, or if you notice anything that I didn't bring up in here and we could talk about it in the comments. So with that, peace.